Today's film is Killer's Moon from 1978. The film was written and directed by Alan Birkinshaw. Set against the backdrop of the late 1970s, Killer's Moon follows the harrowing journey of a group of schoolgirls who find themselves stranded in the remote English countryside due to a bus accident. Seeking refuge, they stumble upon a seemingly abandoned hotel where they hope to spend the night. However, their safety is shattered when they encounter a group of escaped mental patients who have taken over the hotel. What follows is a nightmarish ordeal as the girls become trapped in a game of cat and mouse with their deranged captors. So, this was shot in 4 weeks within the Lake District. Been up there once, it's been pretty nice. Killer's Moon serves as an unsettling time capsule, unfortunately, encapsulating the despondency and cynicism that permeated late 1970s British cinema. The socio-economic challenges of the era, including the fallout from the Saudi oil embargo and a sense of disillusionment with the civil rights movement, are reflected in the film's bleak narrative and grim atmosphere. The film's depiction of the girls' traumatic experiences at the hands of the escaped mental patients highlights the utter state of exploitation cinema in the late 70s and early 80s, where every other film either featured sexual violence or animal cruelty. While the film's portrayal of violence and its treatment of female characters might be uncomfortable for modern audiences, this is certainly what commercial horror cinema looked like at the time. One of the most notable stylistic choices in the film is the extensive use of day for night filming, characterized by its distinct blue hue. While intended to simulate nighttime scenes, the effect can often be more distracting than immersive. The bluish tint stands out in a way that can draw attention away from the narrative and create a sense of artificiality, which the film does not lean into. This stylistic choice, while ambitious in its attempt to create mood and atmosphere, ultimately becomes a glaring distraction that detracts from the overall viewing experience. However, amid the film's technical shortcomings, the performances of the actors portraying the escaped mental patients stand out as a highlight. Their commitment to their roles lends a sense of authenticity to their portrayals. In an exploitation film landscape often characterized by over-the-top acting, the mental patients' performances manage to balance intensity with believability. This dedication adds a layer of unsettling realism to the psychological horror the film seeks to convey. The film's setting in the picturesque Cumbria region could have been utilised more effectively, however, to enhance its atmosphere. Whilst the setting has potential for adding depth to the story, it is underutilised, failing to create a strong sense of place that could have contributed to the film's atmosphere and tension. Despite being scanned in high definition, the film's cinematography often falls short of engaging. The visual presentation, including its composition and camera work, tends to be lackluster and uninspiring. This contributes to a sense of visual monotony that further accentuates the film's technical shortcomings. A crucial aspect to consider is the film's extremity within the context of British horror cinema at the time. While elements of brutality and shock were commonplace in exploitation cinema everywhere else during that era, they were not as frequently explored in the British horror genre. Killer's Moon thus stands as a departure from the norms of British horror, reflecting the broader trend of pushing boundaries and testing the limits of acceptable content within the exploitation genre of the time. Killer's Moon stands as a testament to the challenges faced by the film industry during this period. Its dark and angst-ridden tone resonates with the general sentiment of societal exhaustion, where the concept of progress seemed elusive. Not helped by the fact that most of the key progressive figures of the 1960s had all been murdered at this point. The lack of inspiration and direction evident in this film's narrative and execution mirror the struggles of a cinema industry grappling with its own identity in the face of economic hardship, home video releases, and social upheaval. In conclusion, Killer's Moon is a somber reminder of a turbulent time in cinema history, characterized by social unrest and economic challenges. It encapsulates the darker aspects of exploitation cinema prevalent during the late 1970s, and while it may not be the most extreme example of the era's output, it serves as a poignant marker of the creative stagnation and disillusionment that defined the period of stagflation. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. Tomorrow's film is The Devonsville Terror.